are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This is fielded at the goal line. Just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Double tight. Hey, you got 3 down, 3 down. That's the what?
Hey, alert 33.
That's the what?
Run. Hey, alert.
Mayfield now, escaping the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Watch twist.
Real.
41's the mic. Here we go.
Hey, alert 33.
Mayfield looks to throw. They set up the screen to Chubb. Now they stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
Check.
Pistol. King.
Slam.
Following the penalty, Chubb. Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Alert.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
This is it. 19.
Number 53. Mike 53.
I got him.
Check. Watch twist. Quick the edge.
Hey, 59.
Watson now going to run the option right. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
You can't block me. Check 26.
20 points down, he's coming.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at
all. Looking for a better play coming up on third. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Faking the give. Now Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They are going for it. Here's Watson. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins. 62 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Hey, Delta. 541. Hey, I'm coming. Big time to him.
To throw, Mayfield. Buying time to his left. Going deep here for Landry. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch the car. Run.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Flushed out, and he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. The Browns send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Where's the tap? 218.
Check 53, Mike. Check, check. Flag down. Flag.
31.
Alert flare. Alert flare. Flare. Flare.
Let's go.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
53. Mike 53. Let's go, D. Check 3. Check 3.
Play alert.
Check 25. Check 25.
Let's go.
On the ground, this is Johnson. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Mike 53. 53. Mike.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. He was looking that time for Stills. Well, Charles, as we peek back to week 1, what would you say were the positives for some teams or individuals that you took away?
Well, it started on opening night, Green Bay, and their defense. Not necessarily Aaron Rodgers and what they did going into Chicago and winning. Kansas City, they picked right up where they left off with Patrick Mahomes. Explosive on offense. How about Baltimore and Lamar Jackson? He's not just a single-wing tailback, folks. He's a quarterback. And Tennessee, going into Cleveland, Marcus Mariota, Derrick Henry put up 43 points on the Browns.
Here's Mayfield. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
Regular.
Mayfield to throw it. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 58 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. The electric OBJ, the short reception, and then he did the rest of the work himself.
You know, there's a thing that the players always talk about, the coaches in the league, they call it play speed. Because, you know, we have that time speed when we're running the 40s at the combine and, you know, at pro days and all of that. But play speed is different. And OBJ's play speed is some of the best in the league. In other words, when he has the ball in his hands or he's running a route, he runs it just a little bit harder than most people, and oftentimes you come up wrong on your angles trying to tackle it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Alert.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. On the left side, this is Stills. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Hey, defense.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
You don't know no better.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey, this is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 36 yards on the play. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw.
And we'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Taking it in from the 20, and the Texans have taken the lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, end result, touchdown.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Landry, the intended target, and it's second down. And, partner, I want to revisit week 1. I got your positive takeaways from the first week of the NFL season. How about the bad stuff?
Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Super Bowl celebration in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They have to win some games first, and maybe now that's the best thing that could have happened to them. Maybe they can settle in because that's a good roster. Miami, we suspected it was going to be rough. I don't know that we suspected that bad on opening day. Jacksonville, the defense is supposed to carry this team. They got torched by Kansas City. And Pittsburgh just didn't show up against New England. And I don't think we expected that at all because I thought Pittsburgh's defense was really good in the preseason.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. He finds Beckham complete. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Hey, alert 33.
First down, Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Set, 180. Up, up. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Up, up. Hey, Zoo.
A first down throw from Mayfield. He's going to look deep now for Landry. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Landry that time.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Alert, alert. Don't get nervous.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Kill, 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 kill.
To the car. To the car.
Kill, kill.
And let's go.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Alert, alert.
Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go, here we go.
Slow. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. I got you, pump. Check. 53 is Mike. Check. 53 is Mike. No chance. Let's go, let's go.
Watson, off play action. He's going to let this one go deep. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. Stills the intended target. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Deep six. Deep six.
41's coming. 41's the mic. Let's go.
Hey, alert 33.
Deep. Man up, deep. Kill, kill, kill.
I got you.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Pistol. Hey, Haywood.
41 mic. 41 mic. Hey, defense. Hey, defense. Let's go.
Alert, alert. Alert, alert. I got you.
Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. The 40. The 30. The 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? And after that touchdown, we are just a PAT away from a tie game. And I know everyone's going to look at it and go, guess what? Tie game, all even, They just scored. If they kick this extra point and tie it, they're going to feel like they're the ones that are in control.
So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2.
Double up.
Real. I got you.
Here's Chubb to try to run it in, but he will not get the 2 points. He stopped up short, and that is how this first half will come to an end. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Escaping the pressure right. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, right at the 40.
Let's get off the field, D. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Joker, 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 joker. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. To the car.
Watson just beating the play clock. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Kenny Stills, 40 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence.
And a loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Throwing, Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Regular.
They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Give the sack to Barkevious Mingo, the former number 6 pick. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's get it, check 55. Check 31, check 31.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Hey, watch this, watch this.
Watson now going to run the option right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check 53's Mike. Check 53's Mike. Wild Bill, Wild Bill.
3rd and 2, Watson. Screenplay, Johnson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th.
Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 33-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will bump the lead up to 11. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Reed. Trying to get it to Landry there.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I'm scared. Why?
24 down, he's coming.
On 1st down, Johnson. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he is all the way up past the 25. Trying to get it that time to Stills. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, We've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun, so they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Kings!
It's the party now. Switch it.
Hey, alert!
Switch gears.
Play fake. Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Landry the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Hey, alert 33. I got you.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hatchet. Hey, look.
Kings, I got you.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 68 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Alert!
And again, it's Mayfield. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets them back within a field goal. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Back to throw, Watson. Trying to lay one up deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, 5. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, an even 90 yards. And then in front. I know this defense knew it coming into the game, Charles, and they know it even more now. DeAndre Hopkins is a tough cover.
And anytime you see him out there and there's less than double...
Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because
that's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. 59 yards. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A second down throw for Mayfield. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 16-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides.
Don't pull this way.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run with Chubb. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Rush in. Rush in.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A 3-yard touchdown run. And once again, the Browns are back in front.
Wow, I know it's a never say never situation, But to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Browns 36, Texans 32.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
And he can't get a throw away. He's Myles Garrett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Faking the give. Now Watson.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Check 43. Watch twist. Alert.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
53's a mark. 53. Check 53. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Mike, 53. 53. Move. It's our time. Shoot. Hey, get him. You got him. 53's the mic.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got him in, complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there for Houston. 57 yards. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Watson going to sneak it, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson in the final minute. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many practices we watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there?
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Caught left side. It's Beckham. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Back to throw. Harris has it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Pistol.
Here I come again. Check. Lucky.
Now Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2.
That's what I do.
Here's Mayfield. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead.
Texans 39.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. One last throw here for Watson. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long from Houston.